Be fearless on the pickleball court with the new Babolat Monster series. The Babolat MNSTR Paddles feature a polymer honeycomb core with an EVA foam layer and SWC field technology for enhanced comfort on every shot, as well as an 80-20 carbon fiberglass blend on the surface for a balance of explosive power and dynamite precision. Offered in a lightweight 7.2-ounce touch model and a heavier 8.1-ounce power model, the MNSTR Paddles are ready to take your game to a scary new level. With the previous two paddle series I tested from Babolat, I ended up preferring the Touch model. With this updated MNSTR series, I ended up gravitating more towards the Power model. The Touch model felt super speedy through the air, but it was a little bit too light for my taste. I felt like I was missing a little bit of feel for my timing, maybe coming through the ball too fast where I was getting balls popping up on me more than I would like. But when I switched over to the Power model, it had that slight uptick in weight, a slightly thicker core, and I ended up meshing with that feel a little bit better. I felt like I had a better gauge for my timing. I could come through the ball with a more controlled response, and I was also getting a really nice soft controlled response off the face of the paddle. Even though it says power in the name, I really enjoyed the precision I got out of this paddle. It definitely has an amazing gritty surface, and having that gritty surface allowed me to have great feel. It offered effortless spin, which allowed me to maximize ball placement, and it allowed me to play with a lot of variety. I found that I was naturally incorporating more lobs into my game, and those were really tripping up my opponent, just landing smack at that back line. The paddle felt super comfortable on contact. It was slightly dampened, but again, had that grit for feel, and there was enough pop off the surface and enough maneuverability that when I got those pop-ups, it was easy to be aggressive and easy to tap into that power. So overall, I was really enjoying this paddle series. I think players that are looking to add some variety to their game, enhance their spin and touch game, they're really gonna love this series as well.
After trying out the two Babolat paddles, the Power and the Touch, I tended to like the Touch paddle a lot better because it gave me control around the net, as well as being able to block shots, quick shots that came back from your opponent. I was able to block those shots a lot better with that paddle. On the baseline, it gave me good power. I like that. It let me hit down the lines, and it also gave me good control for my third shot drops as well. Overall, the Touch paddle gave me good consistency around the net. I mean, for a beginner or for a veteran using this paddle, I think you couldn't go wrong with it. It gives you the touch you need around the net, and it gives you the power you need from the baseline.
We're now going to head across the country to see what our playtesters at our West Coast location thought about this new Babolat MNSTR series. Guys, how did this playtest go for you?
Thanks, Kristen. What I really enjoy about the new Babolat MNSTR series is that both paddles play like control paddles. They're lightweight and they offer a lot of maneuverability. In addition to great control, the Babolat MNSTR series offers a nice gritty surface. So instead of directional lines, the entire surface is sandpaper-like for maximum spin. After hours of playtesting on the court, I found that I really enjoyed the Power paddle over the Touch paddle. The Touch paddle was just a little bit too lightweight for me, so I was putting a lot of effort into my swings, where the Power paddle offered me a little more power behind my swing for some deeper offensive shots, but also allowed me to be graceful in the kitchen. I also really enjoyed the extended handle length. It allowed me to get both hands on the handle for a little more power behind my backhand. Overall, I really enjoyed playing with the MNSTR series paddles. However, I tended to lean towards the Power paddle. Just was an easier transition from the heavier paddles that I typically play with.
The MNSTR series, in my opinion, is defined by its dampening. Babolat's added this EVA foam layer right under the hitting surface to add some crazy dampening, and it's even more so noticeable in the Power model. Though I usually play with a heavier paddle, I think I preferred the Touch model a little more just because I knew what to expect with that dampening. It's incredibly light, and combined with that core and that foam, it was really easy to place my shots. The Power model I found a little bit more difficult to get used to, just because it's got that weight, and when you swing, you're kind of expecting, you know, that power to come through, that heavier weight, but it's got that dampening, and that dampening just stops the ball in its tracks and really contributes to that control. The hitting surface has a little bit of grit to it, and I noticed it most on my return shots where I like to add a little bit of spin. If you're looking for a control paddle, give the MNSTR series a try. If you want something that's a bit heavier, try the Power model. For that ultimate in touch and control, go with the Touch model. If you want to give these paddles a try, demo them now at totalpickleball.com.